Hi, my name is Samantha and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about whether or not it was worth it for me to work at Joann's. Let's get into it. I worked at the Edwardsville, Pennsylvania location. I started there mid-March after the announcements came out that Joann's was closing. I had been applying for other part-time jobs for months and had not heard back from anyone, so I was kind of desperate at that point. And I saw that they were offering 30% off on top of it. So I went ahead and I applied, and I got an email response the next day, which was crazy because I hadn't heard back from a lot of the other applications I had sent in. I had sent in hundreds of applications to other companies. And I got an interview by Friday. I applied like on Tuesday. I got an interview on Friday. I went in, I talked to the manager. She seemed nice. The pay was really bad. The pay was only $9 an hour. Minimum wage, I believe, is $7.25. So only getting paid $9 an hour. My car gets 23 miles per gallon. It's about $3 per gallon out here. 22 miles one way, $6 per shift. 1 hour is taxes, hour 2 is gas. So most of the shifts I was told were gonna be 4 hours because I couldn't get out there until 5 o'clock. I was told I would work 5 to 9. My first week I was scheduled 5 to 9 for the first 3 days. And all 3 of those days, we ended up leaving at 8. So I drove out there for 3 hours. I was paid, after you take out taxes and gas, I only made $12.90 for my entire evening. So was the pay worth it? Absolutely not. Not at all. Was the discount worth it? Was the friendships that I made, getting out of the house, all that sort of stuff? I think so. I have some more stats for you. I have all the hours that I worked. So between March 18th and May 29th, when my store closed, we're supposed to close on May 27th. And then I got a call, hey, can you come in on Wednesday and Thursday? We're actually not closing until Thursday. So I came in on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, so it was my third last day because I was on the schedule for my last day. Came in and did that shift, and then I was texted the next week, hey, can you come in on this shift? So I came in and I covered a shift, and then I got a call, hey, we're actually staying open an extra 2 days. I don't know why. And I was told to come in on Wednesday and Thursday. Came in on Wednesday, worked my third last shift, and then on Thursday I was texted like an hour before I had to leave, oh, we don't need you to come in. So I didn't get to work the day that the store closed. So in total I worked 23 shifts. 2 of the shifts I called out because that was when I was moving, and then 1 shift I was told not to come in. So I worked 23 out of 26 shifts, and I worked a total of 88 hours. In total, that's a net of $792, getting paid $9 an hour. If we take out taxes, the gross payment is $554.40. If we take out gas, which is $6 per shift, $416.40. So for 88 hours of work, I made a grand total of $4.73 an hour. So yes, the pay was absolutely terrible. But you know, there was a lot of other positive things that came out of it. We did our big haul. I kept all of the purchases that I made, right? Which was 21 purchases myself. In total, using my discount, I think 25 or 26 purchases were made. But myself, I paid for 21 totals. And those were all of the ones that we did last week. I have all the fabric in one bin. Oh my goodness. So this is the haul. So if you want to check that out, I'll have that in the description box down below. But all of this fabric plus other stuff. So the cheapest purchase I ever made was, let's see here, $3.86. That was on April 19th. The most expensive purchase that I made was $113.86, and that was on May 23rd. In total, I spent $747.69. My employee discount got me $170.98 off. And then total saved, that is the discounts that were already applied and the employee discount combined together, total of $2,549.88. Granted, I would have spent way less than all of this money if I wouldn't have worked there because I wouldn't have gone. It was too far away to just like, oh, go swing by. So I definitely made a lot of purchases. You know, I made 21 purchases and I worked 23 shifts. and I think there was a duplicate. Yeah, there was a duplicate one time. So 20 of the 23 shifts I worked, I made a purchase. But you know, so in total I spent $747. So then I was curious, like, oh, how much have I made up into this point from Etsy and YouTube and shows and stuff? And so when I did that calculation, and on Etsy I sell my digital patterns for 99 cents, and then my jar opener pattern's $5. And so I'll get like a purchase here and there, right? And like I didn't think it was that much. I've already made $100 on Etsy so far this year. On YouTube, 273, and then from the 2 shows that I've done this year, 716. So that means in total, I've made $1,000. If we take the taxes out of that, 766. So that means that I actually spent less than what I've made this year, which I was really nervous about because I haven't done very many shows. And when we were doing the haul, I was like, oh my gosh, I actually bought a lot of stuff. But I'm also really excited to have all of this on hand. I'm hoping to not buy any more fabric anytime soon. Granted, if the right fabric comes into my life, it comes into my life. But anyways, those are all my numbers. The total item count was 382 items purchased. So anyways, I thought it was really interesting to like have all these stats. And like I said, there was like family and friends who used my employee numbers to get purchases. So there are additional discounts total. Like I had 2 receipts that I did not pay for, and the total discount there was, and plus mine plus those 2 was 3,817. And I believe that there was another receipt with that I don't have that has like another $500 or $800. So I want to say in total, between my employee discount and the discounts from what's it called? Just the sales that were going on. I want to say myself and my friends and family, we saved close to $5,000 on different items. It's going to be really interesting to see in the next year or 2 who ends up filling the space of Joann's. I think that there are a couple companies that are already doing a great job. There's a guy down in Richmond, Virginia. I think he's doing an amazing job and like really helping selling fabrics online. I know his name was Creative Closeouts. I believe he changed his name, so I'll have his stuff linked, or I'm sure I've already put it on the screen. And then for people who do yarn, I know that Michaels took over Big Twist. So and then stamps, you could buy those at Michael's. So of the fabric, I'm going to be really curious to see who takes over like the fleece and the cosplay and the apparel fabric. It's going to be really interesting to see who takes up the mantle to sell those items, because as far as like the quilting cotton and that sort of stuff, like the stuff that I buy, you can buy those at quilt shops, you can buy it at Hobby Lobby, you can buy it at Walmart. They're more easily accessible, but it'll be really interesting to see who fills the vacuum for the cosplay and the apparel and the fleece. So anyways, let me know your favorite fabric shops down in the comment section down below. Let me know what you thought of all my numbers. Did you think that, we had spent more? Did you think we had spent less? Yeah, let me know if you worked at your Joann's or if you got any good hauls. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.